Thank you. Honorable dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries off the dais, esteemed faculty members of this prestigious institution, students who are the future of this country and future of this world. This is interesting that in a business conclave we are talking about society today. This is absolutely interesting, but at the same time it's absolutely relevant. Today we talk about economies which are purpose-driven, not driven by profits, not driven by growth, not driven by operating margin of industry, not driven by the GDP growth, etc., but driven by social purpose. Organizations which have lost a social purpose are clueless. They have lost the purpose and the meaning and the means to become successful. Because it's a social purpose which also makes a lot of commercial sense. Bill Gates, when he started Microsoft, he had no idea that he is going to become the richest man in the world, but he had a social purpose. The purpose was to make a software which the common man can use. Software used to be very complex before he introduced the Windows suite of products. So now the question is, when we are talking about social purpose, it's about inclusiveness, it's about looking at the vulnerable sections of the society, the downtrodden, the weaker sections, the people who are in the remote parts of the country or the world, talking about them, having your business strategies about them, having an inclusive business strategy which can really drive great value for the society. Many a time we talk about businesses thinking about societies, businesses innovating about societies, but we forget about one thing, that a lot of innovation can come from this society. A lot of innovation can come from this remote parts of the country. A lot of innovation can come from the vulnerable section of the society. In Bihar, in one small village, there was no water body, and the women in that village used to walk long distance to reach. Probably they used to walk for about 2 to 3 hours every day to reach another village where there were some water bodies where these women could collect water, carry water on those pots on top of the head, come back, again walk another 2 to 3 hours, come back home. That was difficult. There was one lady in that village who had an idea, and she thought that it's extremely difficult to carry these pots, and especially for the women, to carry these pots and then walk such long distance every day to bring water and to meet the needs of water at home. This lady thought, why can't we convert this pot into a wheel and then connect a handle to that wheel and then keep dragging that. And she talked about it to her colleagues, to the headman in the village. Everybody mocked at her. They said, well, that's not possible. How can you do that? But one day she happened to meet an entrepreneur from her village, a young man who had great ideas and wanted to really make a difference to the world. This lady met this young man and she shared her idea. And this guy latched onto it and then said, yes, it is possible. The pots that you carry can be converted into wheels, and you can drag those wheels. You don't have to really carry them on top of your head. Simple, profound, powerful idea came from one of the most vulnerable sections of the society, from a remote village in Bihar, which did not have water bodies. And we ignore them. We neglect them. We believe all these great ideas have to come from the Harvard Business School or the graduates of this prestigious B schools in this world. Baba Ramdev did not have an MBA, but he very keenly observed that the Maggi noodles are becoming very popular in this country. And he had an idea. He said, I can start atta noodles, because the parents knew that the Maggi noodles are very popular with the kids, but the parents were becoming increasingly concerned about the health. So he said, if I manufacture atta noodles, this is going to become popular. He doesn't have an MBA, but he runs a business empire today, which probably has the revenue of thousands of crores of rupees. So there's great innovation sometimes, or many a time, can come from the vulnerable sections in the society, from the least expected sections of the society, societies which do not have exposure to business, which have never run businesses in the past. Because what we need in business to become successful are essentially not taught in this Harvard Business Schools and other prestigious institutions. What we need to become successful in business, what people need, what youngsters like you need to become successful are a few attributes: ambition, empathy, fearlessness, perseverance, service orientation, collaboration. These are not skills that can be developed in a lab. These are attributes, traits that can make anyone successful irrespective of where you come from. It doesn't matter. You might come from the remotest village of this country. You might come from a lower middle class family. You may not have all the qualifications, formal qualifications that are required. But if you have these qualities, ambition, empathy, fearlessness, service orientation, collaboration, which are essentially not taught anywhere because these are not skills to be developed. I met a lady who was the L&D, Learning and Development Head in Yes Bank, and she shared with me something very interesting. She said in a bank, they have a program for the newly joined probationary officers. These are officers who have just joined the bank. And they have a very interesting induction program for these managers. They say their induction program it runs for 6 months. And none of these programs, no component of that program is delivered in a classroom. The entire 6-month program is in a village. The moment they join the bank, after the customary welcome and all of that, they call all of them to Mumbai corporate office, and they give them a railway ticket, which would take them to a village in the outskirts, the suburbs of Mumbai, about 70-80 kilometers away from Mumbai. And the task that is given to them, the assignment that is given to them as part of the induction is to go to that village, collectively, individually, solve some problems in that village. That is the task that is given to probationary officers in a bank. No classroom session, no lecture, no debriefing and no briefing sessions. They just go there. This bunch of people who come from all parts of the country, they don't know each other. They go through the forming, storming and norming and performing stages. They need to collaborate. They need to know the local language. They need to work with the people there. They need to problem solve, and they need to really create some value or impact for that village. That's the induction program. So corporates, business organizations, educational institutions who really want to do something for the society, they really cannot be sitting in boardrooms and think about solutions for the society. They really have to go there to ground zero, be there, be part of the society, and then figure out how they can solve problems. So I wish this conclave, the business conclave, which is about innovation in society, great success. I'll not be standing between you, me, and the rest of the panel discussions. I know that we have got a very tight schedule. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much.